You are born in the silence after a storm. The year is 1947. The world has bled and now it breathes. Your first memories are of light filtering through a window, dust motes dancing in the sun. The floorboards of your small house in Ohio creak a familiar song. Your father, a man whose quiet is deeper than most, smells of sawdust and Old Spice. He fought in a war you will only see in grainy newsreels, a war of black and white fought by men in different uniforms. He never speaks of it. But sometimes you see him staring at nothing, and you feel a flicker of a shadow you do not understand. Your childhood is a patchwork quilt of American ideals. The drone of cicadas in the thick summer air, the metallic taste of water from the garden hose, the thrill of hiding in the dark during hide-and-seek, your heart a frantic drum against your ribs. You learn to ride a bicycle, the scraped skin on your knee a badge of honor. You pledge allegiance to a flag in a classroom that smells of chalk dust and floor wax. Life is a straight line, a story already written for you. You will grow, you will work, you will love, you will grow old. It is a promise whispered in the rustle of the flag, in the hymn at church, in the satisfied sigh of your mother as she pulls an apple pie from the oven. The world cracks open in your teenage years. The radio, once a source of gentle melodies, now screams with the raw energy of rock and roll. You feel it in your bones, a rebellion you can't name. You spend long evenings under the stars with a girl whose hair smells like cheap shampoo and whose hand fits perfectly in yours. You talk about the future in hushed, excited tones. College, a car of your own, a life somewhere else, somewhere bigger. You are 15, and you believe you are the first person in history to feel this way. But the straight line begins to curve. A name appears on the nightly news, a place that sounds like a strange incantation. Vietnam. It's a smudge on a map, a world away, a problem for men in suits. It has nothing to do with you, with the taste of a cold Coca-Cola, with the weight of a girl's head on your shoulder in a dark movie theater. Then, a friend's older brother doesn't come home for Christmas. His name is read aloud in church. A gold star appears in his mother's window. The war is no longer a smudge. It's a whisper in the hallways, a fear that begins to curdle the edges of your perfect promised life. You turn 18. You register for the selective service, a routine act. Nothing will happen. You are safe. You are an American boy with a future. The mailman comes on a Tuesday. The letter is thin, official, tucked between a circular for the local grocery and a letter from your grandmother. Your mother hands it to you, her hand trembling just slightly. You tear it open. The words are simple, cold, and absolute. Greetings from the President of the United States. You have been drafted. The room falls silent, the only sound the hum of the refrigerator. The future you planned, the one with college and a car, and the girl with the cheap shampoo evaporates like smoke. Your life is no longer your own. It is government property. The days that follow are a waking dream, a haze of farewells that feel like funerals. Your friends clap you on the back and buy you beers, their laughter loud and hollow. Your father, the quiet man, pulls you aside. He looks at you, his eyes holding the ghosts of his own war. Just do what they tell you, he says, his voice thick. And come home. You say goodbye to the girl you love on a porch swing. You make promises you both know are lies, a desperate attempt to hold on to a world that is already gone. You board a bus in the pre-dawn chill, the faces of your family receding through the dirty glass. You are a ghost, leaving a world of the living. Basic training is a systematic dismantling of you. Your hair falls to the floor in clumps. Your clothes are replaced by fatigues that smell of mothballs and fear. Your name is gone, replaced by the bark of a drill sergeant. You are a maggot, a worm, a waste of space. The sun beats down on Fort Polk, a merciless hammer. You run until you vomit, then you run more. You crawl through mud under barbed wire, the explosions of training charges rattling your teeth. You learn to assemble an M16 rifle until your fingers are raw, until you can do it in the dark, the cold metal a familiar extension of your body. You are being unmade, but in the crucible of shared misery, something new is forged. The boys next to you, from cities you've never seen and farms you can't imagine, become your brothers. You learn the stories of their lives in whispered conversations after lights out. You share cigarettes, letters from home, and a dark, desperate humor that keeps the madness at bay. You are not alone in your terror. You are a unit. You are being remade. The final lesson is the most brutal. You stand in a line, your bayonet fixed. Across from you is a straw dummy. "What is the spirit of the bayonet?" the sergeant screams in your face. "To kill!" you scream back, your voice raw. You plunge the steel into the straw again and again, the guttural cry tearing from your throat. You are no longer the boy who scraped his knee. You are a weapon. The flight to Vietnam is 17 hours of engine drone and suffocating silence. You are packed into the belly of a C-141 Starlifter, a can of scared boys hurtling toward the unknown. Then the doors open and the war hits you. It's not a sound. It's a smell. A thick, wet blanket of rotting vegetation, diesel fumes, human waste, and something else, something sweet and metallic. It is the smell of death. The heat is a physical presence, wrapping around you, stealing the air from your lungs. Welcome to the jungle. Your first patrol is a descent into hell. You are a cherry, a new guy, and your fear is a palpable stench. The jungle is not green. It is 100 shades of green, a dense, suffocating wall that swallows sound and light. You move at a snail's pace, your 60-pound pack digging into your shoulders, sweat pouring into your eyes, stinging them blind. Every rustling leaf, every chattering monkey, every snapping twig is the enemy. Your heart hammers against your ribs, a frantic prisoner. You are waiting to die. The man in front of you, the point man, is a god. His every step is a prayer. You place your feet in his exact footprints, a ritual against the unseen tripwires and pressure plates that haunt your imagination. The days are a blur of extremes, hours of soul-crushing boredom, filling sandbags, cleaning your rifle for the 10th time, staring at the unchanging wall of green, are shattered by moments of pure, unadulterated terror. A single sniper shot cracks through the air and the world explodes. It is a symphony of chaos, the rhythmic roar of your M16, the higher-pitched chatter of enemy AK-47s. You don't see them. You never see them. You shoot at muzzle flashes, at shadows, at the very jungle itself. You are not a man. You are an automaton, a machine of fear and training. Someone screams. The medic, a boy of 19 with the eyes of an old man, scrambles past you. You keep firing. You learn the calculus of loss. A boy named Miller, from Iowa, who showed you a picture of his high school sweetheart, laughs at a joke. A second later, a mortar round lands, and he is gone. There is nothing left but a red mist and a crater in the mud. You don't cry. You can't. You pack up his belongings, the crumpled photo, the half-written letters. You push the grief down into a cold, hard knot in your stomach. There is no time to mourn. There is only the next patrol, the next firefight, the next opportunity to die. The jungle itself is your enemy. Leeches bloat themselves on your blood. Fire ants swarm your skin. The constant dampness breeds jungle rot, a fungus that eats away at the flesh between your toes. You are always wet, always dirty, always tired. You sleep in 30-minute snatches, your rifle clutched to your chest like a lover. You forget what it feels like to be safe, to be dry, to be clean. Your turn comes on a day like any other. You are walking point, the god for the men behind you. You are focused, scanning, your senses screaming, but you are tired. Your focus wavers for a fraction of a second. A click. Not a loud sound, but it fills the universe. A white-hot flash, a force like a physical punch hurls you backward. There is no pain, only a ringing silence and a strange, detached curiosity as you look down and see your leg twisted at an impossible angle, the green of your fatigues turning a dark, vibrant red. The world goes soft and grey at the edges. A face appears above you, your sergeant, his mouth moving, but you can't hear the words. Then you hear it, the distant whump, whump, whump of chopper blades, the sound of angels. You wake up to the smell of antiseptic and the low moans of other men. You're in a field hospital, a factory of broken bodies. Doctors and nurses, their faces etched with exhaustion, move with a grim efficiency. You are a piece of meat to be patched up, a machine to be repaired. They save your leg. You are one of the lucky ones. You are going home. The flight back is the reverse of the one that brought you here. A plane full of ghosts, men with missing limbs, men with burned skin, men with the 1,000-yard stare, their eyes looking through the walls of the plane back into the jungle. You land in California. The air is cool and clean. It feels wrong. You step onto American soil, and you are a stranger. The world you fought for doesn't want you. The country is a fever dream of anger and division. At the airport, a girl with flowers in her hair spits at you, her voice dripping with venom. Baby killer. The word hits you harder than the shrapnel. You are not a hero, you are a pariah, a symbol of a war nobody understands and everyone hates. Your own family welcomes you with hugs that feel distant. They look at you, but they don't see you. They see the boy who left, not the haunted thing that has returned. You cannot explain the smell of the jungle, the sound of a firefight, the sight of a friend vanishing in a red mist. The words do not exist. A gulf of experience separates you from everyone you have ever loved. You try to re-enter the world. You get a job. You marry the girl. Though the promises you made on the porch swing feel like they were made by a different person. You have children. You are playing a part, wearing a costume of normalcy. But the war is never far away. It lives in the quiet moments. A car backfiring on the street sends you diving for cover. The fireworks on the 4th of July are a symphony of terror, each explosion a mortar round, each whistle a rocket. You wake up swinging, your heart trying to beat its way out of your chest, the jungle shadows still clinging to the corners of your bedroom. You drink to quiet the noise, to silence the ghosts. It doesn't work. It just makes the walls between you and your family thicker. You are here, but you are not. A part of you, the best part, the innocent part, never left the jungle. It is buried in the mud, with the friends you lost. Decades pass. You are an old man. You look in the mirror and see your father's eyes staring back, the same haunted quiet. You survived. But what was the cost? You lost your youth. You lost your innocence. You lost your connection to the world you were supposed to inherit. You traded it all for a handful of memories that burn like acid. What life was this? It was the life of a soldier, a survivor, a ghost.